Yes, sir. This is what everybody been waiting on. I'm trying to show y'all how to get these briskets right. This is the Brisket Tutorial, official Brisket Tutorial. Man, it's the day before the 4th of July, and as you can see, the weather, it's gonna do what it do. Guess what? Rain, sleet, or snow, we gotta go, man. The real smoke is in the building. I'm gonna show y'all how we get it done. Now, I do something different with these briskets. Your seasoning is your seasoning. Go with, people like to do a rub. I like my regular seasoning, but I rub it on. So if you can look at the brisket, I got it real thick on there. Everything looking good. I do something different than a lot of people. I do an injection. Your injection gonna be your injection. You choose what you want to insert, whatever marinade you want, and then we get it done. Boom. Easy. You start at the top. Hey, you a good injector. If you get it in there, boom, pull out. I like to hit it with my finger, make sure it stay, make sure my injection stay. Boom, same thing. And today, we doing, this is my standard brisket. I sell a 12 to a 14-pound brisket, $125. This is my standard brisket. This more of a smaller brisket. This is a 10-pound brisket. And we running them both at the same time. Get your injection one more time. Yes, sir. Now we about to get this baby on. Yes, sir. So the next step is gonna be making sure your temperature's right on your pit. I like to start with, I at least want to be 250. I'm almost at 300, so that's a good spot for me. My pit get kind of hot on this side, so I bring the briskets on this side so they can load slow roll. We're going with the larger brisket up top. I can center it off. I always put my fat side up. I always start with my fat side up. My brisket. Alright, we back. Brisket been on by an hour 15, hour 30. We're gonna check it out, see what we looking like. And if you look at it, we starting to get color we want. How we do this here, we don't go by temperature, we go by how it look on the outside, how it's smoking, how it's cooking, how fast it's cooking. So this look like it got about another, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're gonna let it rock. Over here, it is going on the 4th. The mock still smoking. But that's for another video, baby. I'll get back with y'all in a second. Alright. This is my favorite part right here. Time to wrap it up. Let's check it out, see what it looks like. Alright, we got the color we looking for. Make sure that fat then rendered. That's what you want to do. This is what we wrapping with. Butcher paper. Get that from HEB. Lay me 2 down. One this way, one that way. Get your spatula. Flip it because you want to continue to have your fat side up. Tighten it down. Put it back on there. Now, I usually take another hour of smoking, but we're gonna check it with the temperature. We'll be back in a sec. All right, baby. Now this is the last part. This is the part where we gotta take the temperature, and if we at the temperature we desire, which is 190, then we go to our last part, which is to me, if you want it tempered, it's the most important part. So let's check it out. Here go our probe. I prefer a digital book, but I ain't got my digital one, so I'm using this one. It's going in there. Check it out. Y'all see it moving up? So it officially been on here going on 4.5 hours. But even if we reach our temperature, that don't mean our cook is complete. We still got 2 more hours to the cook. And I'm finna show you what we gotta do next. Okay. We almost there. And there it is. So that's a temperature of 190 internal. You want to make sure you go in, get in the middle of that brisket, and you want to go 190, which you can see, 190 internal. Now, for our last step, this is the rest. This is the most important part. It's the rest. You got to get you a cooler, no insulation, where it can go in, and you got to rest it for 2 hours. Sit him in that cooler, shut him down. It's sitting there 2 hours. You get that 2 hours, and I'm gonna show you. You're gonna have the best results. Be back in a minute. All right, now we at the finale. We doing it's been 2 hours, so now it's time to take him out the cooler and see what he looking like. Get them out. So total, that was a 6-hour cook. Now I just tear that paper down the middle. Usually I let it chill, but I gotta take this to a customer right now. So I'm finna, y'all get to see me cut it and everything. And this butcher paper is good for you. If you ain't finna cook it right then, it's good for you. Well, you can warm it back up in the morning, have that butcher paper over it. It's gonna protect you and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do. And come check out our final result. Good 6-hour cook. Let's see how tender it is. Cut like butter. So So if you wanna have your brisket tender, remember the steps. Remember, it's a process. It's all about the process. You don't want it raw, you don't want it dry. This gonna be tender, juicy, just like it's supposed to be. Yes, sir. Cutting like butter. Yeah, so you want your brisket tender, this is the process. It ain't about smoking till it's dry. It ain't about smoking 14, 15 hours. Look, it's a process. Get it to the color you want, then you wrap it up in that butcher paper, gonna absorb all your juices, and then you put it up in that cooler. Let that do what it do for 2 hours. Then you got the juiciest brisket you ever seen. Say, man, tap in with me, but real smoke. This how it's going. Big tutorial. You already know, tap in. Let's go.